As chaplains, we don't help other people so that we can convert them. And this is where maturity shows up, because it takes trust to believe that God is working in someone's life, even when you don't see immediate results. You may be one moment in a much bigger story, and that's enough. A scripture in 1 Corinthians 3 speaks well to this. I planted the seed, Apollos watered it, but God has been making it grow. So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God, who makes things grow. Chaplaincy is a vast landscape, and if we're not careful, we can unintentionally minimize what counts as ministry. We think it has to look a certain way to matter, but God does his deepest work in quiet, hidden places. Someone said to me recently, I haven't been able to do much as a chaplain because I've been taking care of my mother who has dementia for the last 2 years. I would say that's one of the most significant things that a person might ever do as a chaplain. Because love expressed consistently over time, especially in difficult situations, is one of the clearest reflections of Christ there is. Let me leave you with this thought as you reflect on your own role as a chaplain. Are you trying to do chaplaincy, or are you living it? Are you striving to get it right, or are you staying connected to the one who leads you? Because at the end of the day, people may not remember every word you say, but they will remember how they felt when you were there. And if they felt seen, if they felt valued, if they felt a sense of peace that they couldn't explain, then you carried something real into that moment. Let's open our minds to what God can do through us and make sure we stay grounded in the 3 critical actions: spending time with him, making space in our lives for unexpected opportunities, and continuing to train in areas pertinent to what we individually are called to do. Because if we lose these 3 things, we can start to drift. We can begin to rely on our own understanding, fill our lives so full that there's no room left for people, or stop growing in areas that matter. And when that happens, chaplaincy can slowly slide from something alive to something routine. But when we stay anchored, when we stay connected to him, available to people, and committed to growing, we remain effective, sensitive, and steady, no matter what environment we step into. So maybe take a moment and ask yourself honestly, am I spending time with him in a way that is real and life-giving, or has it become routine? Do I have margin in my life to truly see people, or am I too busy to notice the need? Am I continuing to grow, or have I settled into what I already know? These are not questions of pressure. They're an invitation, because the goal is not perfection. The goal is connection. And here's the truth. Every time you show up with his presence, something happens in his kingdom. You may not always see it. You may not always hear about it, but seeds are planted. Hope is restored. Strength is given. You don't have to carry the weight of changing someone's life. You simply have to be faithful to carry his presence into the moment you're given. So as you go into your day, your week, your next assignment, don't just think about what you need to do as a chaplain. Stay aware of who you carry as a chaplain. Because when you walk into a room, you don't walk in alone. And sometimes the greatest impact you will ever have is simply being there and being willing to let God love people through you. People may forget your words, but they will never forget the presence you carried into their pain.